Hello everyone and welcome back to Mentos Plays Starbound. We are here for episode number 8, where we are finally going to be taking on the UFO boss. As mentioned in the last episode, I took some time off camera to, what am I looking for here? To smelt all the ore that I had. So we have a bunch of bars now. We don't have quite so much in terms of ore. Obviously we have a crap load of iron bars and copper bars, a lot of silver, quite a bit of gold. So we're in pretty good shape in terms of armor upgrades and such after the UFO boss fight. So we are going to go back to our forest world here, which I believe was our starting planet. I might be wrong, and maybe it was the other one in the system. Either way, we're going to be going back there to fight the UFO because, quite frankly, I don't want to fight it on the moon where everything is extra cold, where there isn't much atmosphere. So, you know, it's not freezing cold, but if night comes, it could be a problem for us if we're fighting the boss. Whereas over here on this other planet, we should be able to get by. So yeah, we're going back to this forest world here, and we are going to be doing our best to make some progress. For the first time in some episodes, quite frankly. So we'll be planting our beacon down and summoning the UFO pretty much right away. So let us get that going. Beacon come down, and that did 1 damage to me. And now we have this UFO overhead, who is going to shoot out these little penguins with guns, who I can probably take care of much easier with my hammer than with my bow. But I'm going to need the bow for the UFO itself. So we are just going to... Oh god, it came down to me. I probably should have used my hammer when it came down like that. But, regardless, this guy can destroy blocks, by the way. I should be going left, and I should be going to the right to get to that. Let's see now. Things are going decently so far. From what I understand, this boss in the first patch, or in the initial release I should say, was very, very strong. After the first character wipe, it actually got made a lot easier. Oh, now it's shooting out little mini UFOs at me. I should bandage up a bit because I am not horribly low on health, but I am getting lower. Oh god, this one isn't a tank. Oh god. No! Go away! Go away, penguins of doom! The fact that the boss is penguins in a UFO is kind of one of the most awesome things. I really wish that you could play as a penguin because that seems like it would be really cool. Yeah! Boss down! So as mentioned, that has got him pretty easy as a whole. I believe this was our starting planet. I can't really recall. Let's just take a quick walk around here. This guy seems friendly. Oh, but yeah, the Bulbasaurs are not friendly. I remember now. Bulbasaur, bad. And let us go over here and beam back up to our ship to take care of some stuff that we can do now. So, having beaten the boss there, we are going to open up our crafting menu, I believe. No, I need my crafting table. So let's pull that out of there. Crafting table. And we are going to be crafting this metalwork station. This is going to take us 300 pixels, our iron anvil, and the molten core we just got for beating that boss. And it is essentially going to unlock tier 2 upgrades for us. So if we now come over here, take our table back to put down our new metalworking station, and we click on it, we have the same weapons that we used to have at the moment. In fact, if you look, everything we have is the same as we used to have. But we just made the upgrade, right? So there should be new stuff, right? In fact, there is. But to unlock it, we have to craft this star map upgrade, which is how we're going to move on to the beta sector. We're going to craft that, and then we are going to use it, which is going to update our star map, as well as unlock new crafting recipes. This is going to have weapons that use steel, which as you see are more powerful than what I currently have. This tomahawk does 25 DPS, which is 11 higher than what I've got now, although no magic type damage. If we look at some other stuff that's going to take steel, where do we have some? Oh, that might be about all our steel stuff up here. So we got the early bird, which is a two-handed spear, 25 DPS. The skewer, a one-handed dagger, which is 20 DPS. Brick on a stick prime for 27. The nibbler for 18. The skewer XL for 17. And the tomahawk for 20. So I kind of want to make this tomahawk, but first things first, we need to go about getting ourselves ready for such a thing. As it stands, we can start making our silver armor. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll make silver greaves, a silver helmet, a silver chest piece, which I believe, is that going to unlock? Okay, so I need steel for the next level of armor, which will be the sparrow armor. And yes, so now we need to make some steel. So essentially steel's cost is, as I mentioned before, 1 iron bar and 1 coal per steel. So let's see, we're going to want 15, 20, yeah, so 20, and then, where are you? 20, 32, 52, 87. We're going to want 87 steel bars to make everything that we want to make right now. We're going to need more than that for progression wise, but for right now we're just going to pop in the base amount that we want. So we're going to upgrade our iron hunting bow to steel. We are going to make the tomahawk, which is going to give us 25 DPS, which is a substantial increase. And then we're running low on pixels for the armor. So what we're going to do is grab some of these cosmetic things that we have that I don't really have a place for at the moment. Oh, that's one thing that I forgot that I want to make as well. Actually, we have another way to get pixels as well, but for right now I'm going to get some of these things that we aren't going to make use of directly right now. Also, why do I have you in my inventory? Do I have anything else that comes off as expensive? 1500. It looks like 3000. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do this 1500. This 1500. So now, I mean, we are losing out on a decent amount of decorative items. Holy crap. A decent amount of decorative items. Which obviously, you know, I'm going to possibly eventually want to use. But for right now, we're going to come into the 3D compressor here. And we are going to start putting in things like these Apex security doors. Put them there. 500 for one. Scan. Oh, it cost me to scan them. I thought that it gave you pixels when you scan them in. Well, now I feel foolish. I had this whole plan all laid out for how to do that, and it didn't work out as I expected. So, we have another option, which is one that I was also prepared for. We are going to put all this stuff in here. Now, if we come into this one here, what is it going to take me to make a refinery? Refinery is going to cost me 450 pixels. So we are going to head down to the planet. We're going to take our metal workstation with us here. And our goal is going to be to collect enough pixels. Whoops. That's a glitch that is happening sometime in the current, obviously, beta state, where occasionally it'll teleport you back to your ship instead of to where you are into the planet. So let's equip our new silver armor. We're going to put our metal working station up here in the inventory slot, actually. Where is our silver chest piece? There we go. So we're decked out in silver armor, and we've got our tomahawk now to replace our hammer. So the enemies on this planet are going to be kind of a non-presence. You know, they might hurt us, but we're into tier 2 armor now. We've got tier 1 enemies. And our goal is to get up to 450 pixels. which I don't really care if these guys are peaceful. I just want pixels, so I'm gonna take care of them. And we are going to work our way around the planet, looking to get up to that 450 mark, which I believe is what we had marked down for things. I could drop through down to that avian tomb, where we were, Florin prison, where we were exploring before. Come on, bird. Stop being out of my range. I'm getting peckish. Sure, I'll eat something. Also, our steel bow is really good for farming meat and leather at this point in the game now. The reason I'm not using that is obviously I'm looking to collect pixels, not meat or leather. And so I want to be killing them with a melee weapon, which will give me a higher spawn rate of said pixels. I might as well chop down this giant mushroom tree, because that'll give us access to a little bit of coal that I didn't take last time, for whatever reason. Diamond pickaxe eats right through that stuff. This chest here, you know what, I might as well take it. I'm getting kind of to that point where I'm looking for more storage area, which might involve planting down a base on some planet, which will have a lot of storage. We'll see how that goes. But for right now, I want to build up to get this refinery, so we are just going to slaughter everything in our path until we have 450 pixels, which we're getting kind of close to. Things are dying in one hit pretty much universally, which is very good for us. Unfortunately, they don't give very many pixels, but it is a nice, simple way to get up to a point where we can continue our progression toward some higher level stuff. So, we are going to just be walking at the moment. And I'm really hoping that we come across something good to kill. I could kill that avian person, but I don't think that's necessary. You know, there's no reason to ruin that poor bird's life. I really want a grappling hook. I don't even remember how I got up here before. Like, I don't think it was physically possible. Fine. Make it like that, and then poof. This one might be possible, probably not. I need to destroy this top level here. And now it's easy. I don't know if we ever actually successfully explored around this planet. I don't remember for sure. I think it was a different one that had the glitch castle on it, maybe? Was that a different world, or was that this one? Because if it was this one, I'm very happy to get back to there and take them out. It was this one. Wait, what is this? Pedestal? I don't know. Come on, bird. God damn it. Bird of death. I should also add that I actually waited till today to record this episode, because there was a patch that was coming soon. It actually did launch today, as I was kind of hoping. In the most recent patch, the item that I mentioned before with regards to the portable 3D printer is now available, I believe, to craft. We're going to be looking into that as well once we get our pixels together to make this refinery. Blacksmith man, do you actually sell something now? Because before you just kind of stood here. You know what? I'm gonna just get rid of you. You bug me. Let's go this way. We are very close to our golden pixels. At which point I will craft a refinery back up on the ship and show you what that's all about. So let's keep walking left. I'm starting to remember this planet a little bit now. There wasn't really all that much interesting outside of the Florin prison. And just get a couple of extra pixels before we beam back up to the ship. Okay, so now we can plant our metalworking station back down. Open it up, and now we have enough to make the refinery. So what exactly does the refinery do? Well, if we place this down over here, we can feed in ore or bars that we aren't using and refine them into pixels. So for copper, each bar that we put in is worth 10 pixels. I could probably go all out and put even more bars in. I'm not going to put quite my whole stock in, but I do want to put in a decent amount, which will give me some good stuff. Just real quick checking that out, and then I want to toss down my crafting table because I want to see if we can make anything interesting here. Lantern stick, a lantern on a stick. It's bright, wear it on your back. That sounds kind of useful, actually. Pixels are the hurting factor again. Pixels will become a lot more common in the second sector as far as I know, because you're going to be running into things that drop a lot more of them. So I do figure that probably won't be too much of a worry. So I don't see anything new and interesting at that there. Our 3D printer does have this here, the pixel compressor. Essentially what this is, we can make this item to work as a bank for us, so we don't lose pixels when we die. The catch is that when you use that, you actually, how should I put it? You pay, I believe it's 40% fee on the pixels that you store. So why store them? Because if you die twice, you've already paid that much or more in terms of death penalty. So if you don't think that you're going to be doing very well in terms of survival, you can always, I should take off my armor so I can get new armor crafted. I'm sorry for the naked bird. Let's see. Sparrow loincloth, sparrow helmet. Let's craft. Still don't have enough pixels for everything. That should be enough for the helmet. Good. And then we just need to get enough for the breastplate, which is probably going to require something a bit better than copper to be refined. So we're actually going to cut this short, take these 80 bars back for now. I'll get some more of that refined in a later time. Then we're going to refine some silver, which is going to go for 30 per bar. Wait, why did I put that whole stack in there? I don't even want to risk going over and letting that happen. The pixel compressor. So yeah, if you think that you're going to die at least twice while you're out adventuring, it's worth compressing your pixels, because you're going to save in the long time, and you're going to, at the worst, put yourself in an equal position to what's going on. In terms of the... But, if you're confident that you can survive, then the pixel compressor isn't worth it, because you're going to be looking at a situation where you're going to have more than enough pixels to do what you want to do. Or you're going to be able to not take any penalty on them instead of the penalty that you would otherwise take. Now, one thing that I'm kind of looking for here is any sign of the portable 3D printer type thing and anything else. Robotic crafting table. So that seems like another thing that I'm going to have to make, which will need a processor. Can I make a processor? Oh, no, that's, okay, so that's tier 3. So let me go through just a little bit. Holy crap, they gave us a lot of pixels. I didn't realize I had quite made enough for that. So that'll give us more than enough to make our, I need 20 more steel bars. What did I spend steel on? Oh, the compressor. Yeah, or not the compressor, the refinery. 20 steel bars, and we can now craft ourselves a sparrow breastplate. And suddenly we are outfitted in the armor that we should be outfitted in for this point in the game. And yeah, I mean, essentially that's going to give us, if we look at my inventory now we have 135 health and 25 defense, or 30 defense instead of having like just over 100 like we had before. We're also going to bandage up real quick. Let's see, now is there anything else we can make here? There are a couple of items that are craftable that I would like to craft. Unfortunately, it's kind of looking like I don't have access to them just yet for one reason or another. One thing to point out is that these items here, robot legs, robot head, chest, arms, and the brain extractor, are all used to they're all used to form the second boss. Essentially, the boss items you always craft. Once you use them, then the boss is summoned. And so the distress beacon was crafted in the first tier. We kill the UFO, we get the metalworking station. Now we're in the second tier where we can craft a second tier boss item. How much do we have left, by the way, in terms of pixels? Where is that listed? It is one thing that I have not been too great with. Oh, up in the corner there. We could make the pixel compressor. Don't know if that's really worthwhile. Honestly, I don't know if there's anything else that I really particularly want to make right now. And we have plenty of fuel, and we are only 21 minutes in. So let us go find random to get out to the star map segment here. Go to beta sector. And let's just jump into this first system that we see here. The snow biome is going to be dangerous for us because we don't have warmth equipment. Moon, somewhat similar. We could go to this desert planet. And that seems like a good choice, and it's going to cost us 100 fuel to get there. So while this loads up here, I guess I could plop down crafting table one more time. See if there is anything that I missed that is new. I could make the lantern on a stick. We might as well. Essentially, it's just going to hang on my back. I don't think it gives out a whole lot of light, but it's certainly more than nothing. We still have no tech, which is a disappointment for sure. I would really love to get some tech, especially a double jump or a dash would be real nice. Those are the only two that I know of, and they're both very useful in their own right. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if I can really make anything else all that great that's new. So instead, we're going to wait till we load into this planet here. Nothing new going on there either. We're going to slowly lower ourselves down to the surface. Well, not the surface, but into orbit. And then we're going to teleport down. Now, enemies here, we are back to the point of being a little bit underpowered for the area we're in. Well, I guess I shouldn't say underpowered. You know, we're probably about the equivalent of where we were last time in terms of armor. I don't know if there's anything higher than this Sparrow armor that we can make in this tier, but we are certainly farther behind in terms of weaponry. And the enemies are probably going to be a little bit more dangerous, but they're also going to drop us more pixels. And if I time things right, we can kill them pretty easily. I will need to watch out at some point soon. I probably want to start hunting for some more food. That seems like a pretty decent cache of silver, so we're going to go after that. Copper ore, of course, is always useful to keep around, whether it be for the refinery or whether it be for you to repair your pickaxe with, which of course is something that is kind of a constant thing that you want to keep your eye on when you're playing this game, is your pickaxe's well-being, because you really don't want to have it die out on you. I don't know if it actually breaks or if you can just repair it afterwards, but either way, it's much better to just not have to deal with it being broken. We are going to be on the lookout for a few different things on the surface. We'll probably spend most of today's episode on the surface, checking out these new enemies, looking for any sign of anything that might get us some new weapons, new armor, anything that might be nice to have. Oh god. That was quite a fall. Is this silver? Yeah, that's silver. I might as well take it, but oh god. Go away! Go away, jerk! As mentioned, things are doing some damage to me now. You know, with the iron armor on the last set of, on the threat level 1 planets, we were pretty well set where, unless I took a lot of hits really quickly, we weren't going to have a threat of death. Oh god. We weren't going to have a real threat of death. But now, even with the spare armor here, we are finally in a position where enemies are doing enough damage to where they are a legitimate threat. We do have some fine sand here, which is going to cascade a bit as we mine out this silver. And we're going to have to deal with this guy. Yep. You know what, if you're just going to stand right up there, I mean, I might as well just fire my bow up at you. Oh man, the steel bow takes a lot of your energy to use. And some of those arrows just came shooting down from the sky, but if we pull that back and use it, that takes about half our energy. So we need to be a bit cautious with how we use that in the future. Good to know. I did not know that the steel bow would take so much energy to use. It is definitely something a little bit worrisome. Tomato and plant fibers. Plant fibers are good. More plant fibers means more bandages. Of course, I chose a desert world, which doesn't really have much in the way of plant fibers, naturally, but if we can get some, that's not a bad thing. We're going to mine down to all this coal and this fine sand over here, because that'll be nice for us to have. This guy seems friendly. Yep. That little guy who looks like a red little Pichu Raichu hybrid is all well and good. We can collect this ore that's falling out of the sand. I really love desert planets in terms of when you're trying to get resources, because the fine sand makes it so easy to get a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of silver ore right on the surface here, which is kind of unusual. I do know that there was some more balancing done in the patch that came out today. I don't know if that includes some of the crazier things like finding mine, the way we found diamond on our tier 1 planets, or anything like that. I don't know if any of that is affected. I can't tell you for certain. But if you are on a level 1 planet, if you're just starting the game, you're starting to play the game, you may not have such a lucrative early world as what we just pulled off in the last episode, because it may have been rebalanced to make that a little bit more reasonable. There are certainly a lot of enemies on this threat level too. I think the key thing with the steel bow, given the amount of stamina it takes to use, is that you really need to focus on not just, you know, spam attacking with it. You should probably more so try to use the fact that you can weaken them with your sword, with your melee weapon to your advantage, and then finish them off with the bow. Like if we wanted to get meat from this guy, we would do that. We would jump right into him apparently. I really don't want to anger that second one. Okay, well he fell down. Let's see, if we try to just fight with the bow, you know, we can see the problem that we're running into. We don't have enough time to charge things up well. I don't know why I was really willing to risk my health like that in order to demonstrate that, but yeah, fighting with the bow doesn't seem like a very viable option right now. Back in tier 1 planets, again, we were pretty much able to take on enemies by just spamming the bow at them. Here it seems like that is a much more difficult proposition. And it seems like we have a floor in the house. Might as well lay down here, catch some Z's, and heal up. So I don't know exactly how long this episode is going to be. We're just going to explore the planet's surface here for a bit. You know, currently we are in a position where things are going for us. We aren't that far into the video. Florin demand feather as offering. No. Florin don't get feather as offering. But, you know, I don't know how much of the planet we're going to explore in this episode. kind of the main point of this one was to get that boss taken care of. Now that it is, I kind of feel like maybe it might be best to cut it a little bit shorter and save some more of the exploration of this planet for next time. But I would like to find something interesting if I can before I cut to the next episode. It does appear like there are some spikes on the ground over there. We've definitely got some ash going on, which is strange. This was a desert planet. I know it wasn't like a volcano. Okay, that's all ground. I could only tell because I knew that there was copper ore there. And this is kind of cool terrain. What is this rock here? Is this... It's taking a while to mine. Magma rock. Surface level magma rock is something that I have never seen occur before. Magma rock is usually one of the things that you find deep in the crust. That is a real pain to mine through. So even though it is a nice hot desert, we are getting a bit cold at night. That's to be expected. Oh god. And part of our survivability right now isn't just the armor itself, but it is also the health bonus that the armor incurs. You know, 23 damage doesn't do... and isn't as concerning as it would be if we only had 100 health and we have 130. You know, that doesn't seem like a huge change, but that extra health is enough to more than compensate for that much damage. So it is definitely something that is a nice change to have. The more health we can build up like that, the better. And we are just going to platform our way up here a little bit, grab out our tomahawk again. I know I'm not really getting all the ore that's going on. That's mainly because I don't really know if it's the best decision to spend all that time through magma rock for ore. Oh god. Oh god. Stay away! Also, I'm getting kind of cold, which is weird considering I'm in an area of magma rock with lava nearby. One of those moments in game mechanics. So yeah, a big pool of lava here that is apparently not big enough to keep me warm. Like if I jumped in there, I would be really hot. Oh, actually it is warming me up now. Touche game, touche, I just wasn't in range. I admit defeat. I admit it. It's okay, I understand, I was wrong. You were right. Just please warm me up. I'd like to get my temperature gauge back to full before we move on here. There is more lava at the bottom of that pit. This is going to be an odd planet to mine, I feel. Not a whole lot of magma, but just because I have never actually run into a planet where there was lava on the surface. I know what I was saying about not mining ore out of the magma rock, but coal as a fuel is invaluable, and so I would like to get some of this. There's also a chest over here. If we're lucky, that'll have an item that's decently good in it. No guarantees on that, of course, but if we are lucky, that's what'll happen. Let's dig our way through here. There is an angry monster over there, which does kind of worry me. We're just going to mine our way through, which isn't too horrible. It is taking a while to mine, but definitely not as long as the underground magma rock takes. So it's not as much of a concern. That is cobblestone, I guess. Let's just... Oh god, I'm sorry. Thank you for falling in the lava. No, not me falling in the lava, just the monster. We have a crafting table, obviously not useful, and a sloppy hacker which does 17 DPS, which is worse than the steel weapon that we crafted, so we'll leave that be for now. This looks dangerous, so we are going to put a platform here to make sure that we don't accidentally fall in the lava. We got some friendly looking, crazy looking things. I'm going to need a little bit of a platform here to step out on. And then we've got an angry bird. A very angry bird. Really need to plan my shots with this bow. Okay. I took care of him. The other dude is a little bit upset with me for whacking him in the face, but he'll be fine. And I will be able to move on. We can once again catch some Z's in this little cart here, where we can heal ourselves up a bit, get ourselves back to full health, hopefully. I wish there was a way to tell what your current health regen rate was. That'd be kind of nice if there was like a buff meter when you're sleeping or when you have a bandage that says healing X amount per second. I think it would be really helpful to have in terms of figuring out how long you're going to have to rest to be able to heal up to full. As it stands, it's kind of, there's nothing to say against things that don't tell you specifically what they do. But at the same time, it also seems like something simple as healing speed could easily be worked into a buff meter that would make a lot of sense to have. This is a strong bird. It takes me forever to charge my bow. Yeah! Taken down. Okay, let's see now. We're back in sand. That's nice. Looks like we got some more silver going on here. I am picking up the difference between silver and platinum a bit better now. And let's see now. Like I said, we're just going to focus on the surface in this episode. We aren't going to go into the whole spelunking process, because that would be a bit silly to do right away before we even know what's on the surface. Some more iron, of course. I don't know how much more steel we're going to need, but it doesn't hurt to have more of it, because obviously a lot of stuff uses steel when it comes to this tier. Let's see now. We got another one of these little grass buffalo things. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. And we've got an apex lab. Big apes all see. Ape flu is no joke. Obey. Honestly, I'm not seeing anyone in this research lab. It seems like it's abandoned. Interesting. I don't think I've ever actually run across an abandoned building like this before. 40 pixels, nothing. We've got some storage tanks, which we found something similar to before. We've got whatever that thing is, as well as a torture table. Let's break those open. Ooh, so this is an underground base. Interesting. We've got a lot of these little things going on. This could potentially be our path to our first tech of the game. So if I break these little electrical things, I will have a little bit easier time moving around. Obviously I don't need to break all of them, but to break some of them is very useful. Oh, fell in water. Go away, poison. Ouch. Bandage again. Oh god. You know what, we're gonna just do this the easy way. We're just gonna, Okay, that was simple enough. Why make things harder than they have to be? Let's see now, we can move along here. Again, I could just be mining out all these things, but as you see, they really hurt. So taking a risk on that is not necessarily the smart decision, if it is the presumably a little bit easier one. Oh god. Oh god, don't die, don't die. Bandage. Block. Didn't really need that block, but it was probably smart to put there. Bandage some more. Easiest way to do this. Pickaxe these things. I can't reach those ones just yet, but if I go down a level, should be able to in no time, and then we can just jump here, get our view line back up. So we can't probably make it to that platform, but instead let's just do that, that. Now we've got some poison water going on. I do love these little platforming areas, honestly. On my initial off-camera character before the reset, I actually found an area like this, and it was where I got my first tech. That's why I'm thinking that we might find some here. It's actually rather fun to platform your way around this. You can't quite reach those to block them, so instead what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of a block over there. Believe this platform is safe, yes. Take that stuff. We could break this glass window if we want some glass, but there's not really much in here. There was a chair we could rest in, but I don't think that actually heals you like a bed does. Oops. Oops. That was a bad combo of things to happen in a row. We should be survivable enough at the moment. And then we can do this. We have some diamonds here in the wall, like that. As with many things, I don't know how much more use I have for diamonds in the future, but that does not mean that I don't want them when they are so easily accessible, and right next to some coal that I can mine as well. There we go. Hey, you're supposed to be mined too, and some iron. And I guess if we're going to keep going on this little path here, we might as well get everything, right? Iron. Okay, and let's zoom up here. Just gonna do this the easy way. Admittedly, platforming puzzles are made significantly easier when you can remove the obstacles from the equation. You look angry. You aren't angry, you just look angry. So what's over here? We must be getting close to the end of this area. Although it does seem like it likes to go on. I'm just going to take off all these test spikes. Oh god, I missed one. And I took down the platform as well. God damn it. Bandage. Jump over here. Jump. I think that might be some platinum in the wall. There we go. There's a tech chest for us. And so our efforts were rewarded with a pulse jump blueprint, which is awesome. Now, the downside to tech is that it needs to be equipped at your ship. Which means that if we want to equip this, we need to get back to the surface. I believe we have gotten pretty far underground by this point. Let me see how this little tunnel here is going to lead up. Maybe it'll be kind of a shortcut back to the surface for us. But there's definitely another chest here. If we could get a nice item out of a chest, that'd be cool. Gold bars I'll take. I'll leave this pearl pea seed here. That lantern actually does provide us with a pretty decent amount of light. I am enjoying having that. I mean, not a huge amount, but enough where I don't need to place a torch everywhere in order to be able to move around and not feel horrified that I'm going to get myself killed. Just grab this ore while we're here. Step, 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 step. And then continue up this little path, and oh god, that's fine sand. We're gonna go crazy! If you want a quick path to the surface, dig straight up. Except for when you find coal. Then dig out the coal, and then continue digging straight up. And this is another reason why I love desert planets, because when you're trying to dig through the sand, it is pretty simple. Now the problem, of course, is I have no idea where on the planet we are, so I don't know if we're going to come up under the magma. We did not. In fact, we found our way to the surface pretty easily, and can now beam ourselves to our ship, and equip this tech before we end the video. So, to equip tech, you can't actually, like if I do, we have a pulse jump blueprint, I can use the blueprint here, but then I can't put anything in a tech slot. What you need to do is come to the 3D printer here, click on the tech button, hit pulse jump, and then lock in. Now, as you see, since we have pulse jump, when I hit space again in midair, we do a little boost that keeps us up in the air longer. It does take energy every time we do it. It takes like 3 bars, so it's not something you can spam forever. Like, you know, I'm like hitting space repeatedly, and I can't do it until now. What was I going to with that? So yeah, once you have them equipped, holy crap, I have a lot of stuff. I'm gonna start trashing some stuff I don't need. Mushrooms I already have some of. Iron ore I should probably keep. Leather can go over here with the rest of the leather. That meat I can cook eventually. We'll keep our hatchling stuff here. This can go with the other ones I have. Gold ore up here. Pointless junk is the weapon that I replaced. I can just toss that. Automato, do we have any of those? No, so I'm just going to eat it. I have to wait until after I'm out of the inventory, it seems. Fluorescent light, we might as well toss in here. Platforms. These chests will be used for storage eventually. And yeah, that's about everything. So we might as well eat that. Give me 1 second to take a drink. So yeah, excuse me for that, my voice was kind of acting up. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We did a lot of good stuff. We made it through an Apex lab puzzle, which gave us our first tech. We made it through the first boss, the Penguins of Doom. And we made I don't know why my voice is acting up so much, but it's a good thing I'm ending the episode soon. We made a lot of new equipment. We made a refinery. We're well on our way to making some good stuff happen, I think. Still nothing new that we can craft in terms of some of the stuff I was looking forward to trying to. I'm not sure what's going to be necessary to do that. namely a grappling hook and a grappling hook and a portable printer thingy. But regardless, we're making good progress. We've got some good armor and everything. And tomorrow we'll dive back onto that planet, explore some more of the surface probably, and head underground to see what's going on. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out. I hope you have enjoyed the episode and continue to enjoy the series. And hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you and take care, everyone. Have a good one. Later.